Alright, well, where do I start? This morning has been just nuts, overwhelming, a lot going on, text messages, phone calls, and... Alright, so, there's been some drama going on here recently, real drama, on the boards between the old school members and, Big Hal, and that drama, and kind of people exchanging words. It's in a race forum, so people get kind of aggressive with racing rhetoric and stuff. When you're in a race forum, people get aggressive. It's kind of what racing's about. Well, Troy S, our guy from Minnesota, he's an admin on the website, or was, and he basically steps in and starts threatening bans on some of these old school members. Things get out of hand, and I don't really know what's going on. I could see the tension growing, and of course I don't like it. I'm sitting here biting my nails off. And nothing happened last night. Well, today, this morning, basically I see that Dr. Phil had been banned. So like 10 seconds had passed. I saw, bluff's been called, and JKD and some others were like, what, you banned Dr. Phil? So I lost it. I mean, this is true. I lost it. I went crazy. I was really upset. I didn't get a phone call, a text, an email, a PM, and nothing from Troy about banning Dr. Phil, who is an OG member. He could be an ass. He could be very, very cruel, very mean, or so it seems. To me, to everyone, to anyone. He doesn't care. Dr. Phil kind of makes his personality is that, I tell it like it is, no matter who I'm telling it to. So, he's a love him or not love him kind of guy. But in any case, well-respected member on the board is represented by his little green rep boxes underneath his account. And he got banned, and I was pissed, genuinely. So I wasted about 15 seconds, and I picked up my phone and I called Troy. So I called Troy and went off on him, and I went nuts, and my heart rate was elevated. I was sweating, I was freaking out, and this went on for several minutes on the phone. And Troy was defending him, banning him, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do? I don't want to do anything to Troy, because Troy's extremely important for Minnesota, and we have a lot of things going on up there, and Troy's like the key player here. But I don't want to do anything over here with Dr. Phil and his connections with a lot of the old schoolers in DFW, which affect directly my meets attendance, my local, our region locally's reputation, just all kinds of stuff. It really puts me in a hard spot. So Troy starts laughing. Right? And Troy's all laughing, ha 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 ha. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, this is a joke between me and Dr. Phil. I was supposed to pretend ban him, to get everyone upset. This is a joke. So I'm like, you know what? I said, I'm going to pretend ban you. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that you really want to add on to this? I'm like, let's pretend ban you. And he's like, okay. So I fake banned Troy's account. Well, I fake demodded him, and then all this conversation ensued across several different threads. Well, then I get a call from John, Dr. Phil, and John doesn't know that I've talked to Troy, and so then John reveals to me that his real plan is not to pull a prank on me, but to put a prank back on Troy, because he wants me to de-admin Troy, and then make Troy freak out to teach Troy a lesson. So, but I had already talked to Troy about de-adminning him before John called me, so all this was in the works. So both of these guys thought that they had a joke going on the other, and then they were trying to prank each other, and I am kind of caught in the middle. So I got guys calling me off the hook. I got John on this phone. I got Troy on this phone. It's going back and forth, and all this stuff's going on, and it wasn't going anywhere, really. But, neither one of them knew that I was in with the other, and it all kind of erupted. So, it's stupid, but it kind of got ridiculous, and I see obviously there's some members on there, Junkie, the most vocal, who do not like Troy as an admin on the website. And hey, You don't have to like Troy as an admin on the website. You don't have to. I know JKD does not like Topher at all. You know, just wants to put a fork in the guy and make him done. But, I mean, that's your right as a Rice Killer member. You don't have to like anyone. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like me. You know, we just have some basic rules that we want everyone to respect. And I think everyone pretty much does that, you know. You know, it's one thing for a troll to come on, some guy with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 posts, you know, someone who's brand new. It's one thing for them to come on and be just a douche, you know, we're going to get rid of them immediately. When someone's been on the site for 2, 3, 4 years, a long time, and there's some stuff going down, you got to treat them differently than that. So, I don't know what the solution to the Big Hal thread is. I'd say all you bullies leave him alone, but, you know, Hal dishes it out himself, so, I mean, hey, you know, what goes around comes around. What can I say about that? But I just want RKC to be a fun place to hang out for car guys, you know, to BS, and, you know, we talk about cars and racing, great. If we're joking around with each other and pranking each other, then that's great too. We're just having fun, right? So there's the deal. Dr. Phil is not banned. Troy is, well, he's not an admin right this second, but he's going to be by the time you see this video. And everything's okay. I didn't kick anyone off, didn't ban anyone, didn't remove anyone. We were just trying to have some fun. And Troy got too many phone calls from like his wife and all his friends, and things were starting to implode that quickly in Minnesota. So like we're like, whoa, we got to pull the plug on this. So this video was originally intended for me to explain to you guys why I was demodding Troy, and it was going to make it even more real and even more deep and funny. But you know, the internet's too fast. Internet moves too fast. Information moves too fast. Something like this can't last a day. Couldn't even last 2 hours. You know, it just happens like that. So I hope you understand the situation now, and moreover, thank you for hanging out on Rice Killer. We appreciate you logging in and being a part of anything that you do. So cool. Are you still watching this?